it's all about the clap back. Get your boss whack, premieres funeral on Snapchat. You now tuned into the bag.
The sky's gray, it's like this every day. The town is full of predator, I'm turning a little prey. I flip $1 million out of nothing, make them feel a certain way. Hoping that the switch.
What's good, y'all? Fist Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fist Schooner while you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Listen. Shout out to Sean Payton, man. Sean Payton is a great interview. I enjoyed. He ran the car wash, I think they call it, when you do everybody's interviews and everything. I'm not gonna lie to you. I could play for Sean Payton. Sean Payton would definitely have me amped up on a Sunday afternoon, get ready to go through a brick wall for him. Like, I love his energy. I love everything about Sean Payton, man. I could definitely play for Sean Payton, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But what he said a couple interesting things. This video, I'm gonna focus on Mahomes. I have another video on Taysom Hill probably later this weekend, probably Saturday. You know what I'm saying? So I'll probably do my Taysom Hill video Saturday because I want to start focusing more on the Chiefs and the Buccaneers a little bit. But this video had to be done. So, who that nation? We sick. I'm sorry, we sick right now. I didn't know this. I did not know this. So, Sean Payton talks about scouting Patrick Mahomes. Because remember, the Saints had the number 11 pick in 2017. So Sean Payton was talked about Mahomes. He's like, yo, this is the greatest quarterback prospect I've ever seen in my life. He said, this is the greatest quarterback prospect I've ever seen in my life. And I knew I was drafting him when I left Texas Tech. He said while he remembers leaving Texas Tech, he was like, I didn't stop at a concession stand. I didn't stop to get food. I ducked my head. I hid my face. I didn't want nobody to know I went and worked out Patrick Mahomes because he's that good. And he was drafting him with the 11th pick. And I'm sitting back thinking to myself, oh shit. Because it got me thinking, could you imagine Patrick Mahomes in New Orleans with this system? I mean, I know everybody likes to give Andy Reid all the credit. I know Andy Reid is great. I'm not saying Andy Reid's not great. But let's not act like Sean Payton offense didn't have Drew Brees throwing for 5,000 yards damn near every season of the 2010s. Like, it was a wrap. Until they drafted Kamara and they really tried to go run balance, Drew Brees was throwing for 5,000 yards a year. Okay, so let's not act like Mahomes couldn't have went to the Saints and thrown for 5,000 yards a season. Like, he would have been great in New Orleans. He would have been great. Now, my Giants, on the other hand, I don't know how good he would have been on my Giants because we was trash. We ain't had no offensive line. I mean, I'm sure him and Odell would have put up numbers, but I don't know. But the Saints were a ready-made team. And it's crazy because this is also the year they took Ryan Ramczyk. They took Ryan Ramczyk with the last pick of the first round. So if you look at it, they still got Marshawn Lattimore and Ryan Ramczyk. But could you imagine if the Chiefs didn't trade up to get Mahomes? Now it makes sense though. Now it makes sense why they jumped to 10. Because Sean Payton said, I knew Andy Reid was getting Mahomes. The minute he traded up, I knew he was getting Mahomes. And I'm sitting back like, damn, this is nuts. Because, from the outside looking in as fans, we all thought Mahomes came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But now, when I hear Ben McAdoo talk about he thought Mahomes was the greatest prospect he've ever seen, and Jerry Reese and John Mara laughed him out the draft room, whatever. And now I'm hearing stories, and now Sean Payton tells a story about how he wanted to draft Mahomes with the 11th pick. He was the greatest quarterback prospect he had ever seen. And I'm like, what the hell were Cleveland, Chicago, San Francisco, Jacksonville, I'll give Tennessee a pass because they just took Marcus Mariota. What the hell were the Jets thinking? I'll give the Chargers a pass because Phillip Rivers is still doing his thing. Cam Newton was still doing his thing. Cincinnati, I could have moved from Dalton. I'm like, yo, how in the hell? If Sean Payton and Andy Reid, I'm just gonna use Sean Payton and Andy Reid as my examples, okay? Because I know Ben McAdoo with his stupid haircut and his stupid glasses, we're not gonna give him but so much credit. Even though he was part of the hype train too, we're gonna leave McAdoo out of this. But if Andy Reid and Sean Payton love a quarterback, how the hell he lasts all the way to 10? Because it was one thing when I thought Patrick Mahomes came out of nowhere. It's a whole nother thing when it's like, okay, when the offensive geniuses of the league want Mahomes, you should look at him. How in the hell did the Cleveland, Chicago, San Francisco, Jacksonville, the Jets, the Bengals, how the hell did Mahomes make it to 10? I don't understand this, bro. I don't understand it. And then freaking Kyle Shanahan. For Kyle Shanahan to come out the Super Bowl last year and say we passed on Patrick Mahomes because we wanted a sure thing at the number 3 spot. So they drafted Solomon Thomas instead of Patrick Mahomes because they wanted a sure thing. Hey, Kyle Shanahan, how's that working out for you? And this is pre-Jimmy G. They didn't have Jimmy G during the 2017 draft. They got Jimmy G later that season. So, this is beyond me. Look at this. Cleveland took Myles Garrett. Chicago took Trubisky. San Francisco took Solomon Thomas. Jacksonville took Leonard Fournette. Tennessee took Corey Davis. Jets took Jamal Adams. The Chargers took Mike Williams. Christian McCaffrey went to Carolina. John Ross went to Cincinnati. And then Mahomes went 10. Now, I had to ask a question. So check this out. I gotta hold Sean Payton accountable here. Gotta hold him accountable. He did pass on Deshaun Watson. So, I don't know. Now, granted, he said Mahomes was the greatest prospect he'd ever seen. Now, I know Saints fans is like, bro, we had Drew Brees. Y'all been giving Drew Brees 1-2-year contracts for like 4 years now. Y'all literally could have drafted Mahomes. He could have set a year and y'all could have played Mahomes in 2018 the way the Chiefs did. Shit. Peyton Manning finished in Denver. Tom Brady finishing in Tampa Bay. I know y'all love Drew Brees, but there's not a Saints fan alive that wouldn't rather have Mahomes right now. I know we love Drew Brees, but we could have got rid of Drew Brees 2 years ago to play Mahomes. Just saying. So, I don't know, y'all. But, one thing that this video shows me is this. First round picks don't matter. Like, this is nuts. Leonard Fournette's not on Jacksonville no more. I don't think Solomon Thomas is still on the 49ers. Trubisky's about to leave Chicago. Corey Davis is leaving Tennessee. They traded Jamal Adams. John Ross is gone in Cincinnati. What's his name? Yeah, that's nuts. That's the top 10. Other than Christian McCaffrey and Myles Garrett, and I guess Mike Williams, they're all leaving their teams. That's nuts. That's nuts to me. But anyway, that's it. That's all. Subscribe to the unit if you rock it with me. My name is Fist Vegas, and I approve this message.